The guy that I almost forgot to introduce today, Louis Pazina, will not be fighting today. And I know for most of you, oh, there he is right there. Louis will not be fighting today. Louis was going to be fighting today, and I know that there's a lot of you people that are going to be disappointed in the fact that Louis is not fighting today, because a lot of people would have liked to have seen his opponent eat the dust. And that's exactly what would have happened. No question in my mind that that's what would have happened. Even though it sounds good, it sounds great, it looks good on paper, it's not as good as you people would think. If you were actually, we all actually brought Louis and his opponent right in here and let Louis loose on this guy, as good as that sounds to a lot of us, it would not be good at all. You know, when you see somebody get their jaw broken and their teeth flying out, even if you don't like that person, it's really not a great thing to see. That's exactly what would have happened. He would have stomped on the guy's ribs and broke those. He would have smashed his groin like pancakes. He would have spit on the guy, and he would have stomped him again, and he would have walked off. And as good as that sounds, again, to a lot of us, when you see it in person, it wouldn't have been that good. Louis, it's my fault, I'm sorry about this, that he's not fighting. It's my fault. And the reason is that I've been in business for 39 years. People have been saying really bad things about me for 39 years. Right? And I never say anything back. I never answer a thing. Now, I'm going to tell you why. And Louis recognized that, and he said that's what masters do. And he's a master, and he decided to follow in my footprints. The reason I don't say anything, does anybody here, everybody here, not everybody will know who Arnold Palmer is? Arnold Palmer is like Tiger Woods. He was one of the greatest golfers in my day that there was. He was out playing golf with a second-generation golfer, a pro, and this pro hit this shot, and it was a bad shot. And he takes his golf club and he flings it across the golf course. And Arnold Palmer said, "Don't you ever throw that club away again like that." The guy goes, "Why not?" He said, "Because you're not good enough to throw that club, that's why." And I don't know if anybody gets that, but these guys aren't good enough to criticize me. If you don't have credentials as good as mine, I don't care what you say, right? You can say anything you want, because crap does not stick to my body. And that's the reason crap doesn't stick to Louis's body either, right? I appreciate it. You know, Louis was going to kind of defend my honor because people said some bad things about me, but it doesn't matter, because they're not good enough to say anything bad about me or Louis. And he knows that now, and I know it. And I'll tell you what, this guy is very lucky. He better thank his lucky stars that Louis isn't going out there, because he would have lost. He's never going to agree to that. "Oh, I've won because Louis isn't going to do it." He's lucky because Louis has decided not to put him in the emergency room today. Let me tell you why I know that Louis would have won this fight. Let's say that their skills are identical, which they're not. Louis is the best puncher I have ever trained. Nobody punches like Louis except for me, right? He's good. I mean, and look at him. He's a man you don't want to mess with. Not only that, he is an expert in jiu-jitsu as well, which this other guy claims he is too. But the other guy can't punch. The difference is this. His opponent's mindset was this: I'm going to go out there, I'm going to fight him. When the fight's over, I'm going to go hug him, I'm going to pat him on his butt and tell him what a great fight it was, and he's going to shake my hand and tell me what a great fight it is, and then we're going to go out and eat pancakes. And I know that sounds funny, but that's almost a quote from his opponent. That's what they were going to do. He was going to do this. He told us, "We're going to do this, and we're going to go out and have pancakes afterwards." That's his mindset. The mindset is everything in fight. One of the things that his mindset is like that is he is fighting under an umbrella of rules. He doesn't have to worry that Louis is going to get down and pound on him and kick him and stomp him, because there's rules forbidding that. And he knows it. There's also a referee there that would pull him off or call the fight off. So the mindset, of course, is that. It's a fight under an umbrella of rules. Louis's mindset is different. We train our students in here to have the mindset that whenever you fight, your life is on the line. And that's Lewis's mindset. His mindset was this: I'm going to go in there, I'm gonna ignore the rules. And he was going to ignore the rules. I'm going to go break the guy's jaw. I'm going to go break his ribs. I'm going to stomp him in the groin, right? I'm going to spit on him. And I'm going to kick him again, and then I'm going home by myself. That's a different mindset right here. Right? So when you put...
Make my own pancakes.
That's right. And eat them by yourself. That's right.
And then they'll try to tell Lewis he lost.
They will tell Lewis he lost because he's forfeiting the fight. And again, like I said, Lewis has decided that his opponent is not going into the emergency room today. And so I'm proud of you for that. And the world should be proud of you for that. Right? I know it was hard not to do that. As much as you wanted to take him out, I know that. But you did the right thing. Also, I was afraid, I mean, to be honest with you, I was afraid, and I told him, don't kill this poor man, because I was afraid he might kill him. I'm not kidding you. He might kill this guy. They don't realize just how mean this part of the art is with that mindset. Here's the thing. I don't care if you mix jiu-jitsu, boxing, whatever with Kung Fu San Soo. I don't care. More power to you, right? Just don't call it Kung Fu San Soo. The guys that I've trained, Eric, Lewis, all these guys that know this jiu-jitsu, here's what's happened. They have kept the mindset of the San Soo, the fighting without the rules. Generally, when you mix a martial art that has rules with a martial art that doesn't have rules, the mindset goes towards the rules. And so it changes your attitude when you fight, because again, there's an umbrella of rules there, and you don't have to worry too much about, getting hurt. So these guys, William, all these guys that know jiu-jitsu, they still have the mindset that I will kill you, not that I will tap you out. And there's a big difference in that. So again, I don't mind you guys mixing the martial arts together. Just don't call it Kung Fu San Soo, because it's not Kung Fu San Soo anymore. When you mix anything with Kung Fu San Soo, it's not Kung Fu San Soo. If you take water, H2O, right, and add another molecule to it, another molecule of oxygen, you get H2O2. That's peroxide. There's a big difference. Looks like water, but it ain't water. When you mix anything with San Soo, it ain't San Soo. There's a couple guys, right, that did a video, and here's some of the bad things they say. They said, well, that stuff that Tulsi did 25 years ago was fine back then, but it won't work anymore. It won't work today. Well, if William wasn't so hurt, I would show you again. You think this isn't going to work? If I step up and break your jaw, this isn't going to work? You know what it is they don't like my windmills. A lot of people hate my windmills. Bill, those big windmills. I don't understand why he does those big windmills. Well, that's their problem. They don't understand why I do those big windmills. I'm going to show you guys and them right now why I do those windmills. Come on out here, William. I'm going to show you the lesson 11 on Soo without windmills. It looks like this. You would block it, and you would hit the nose, you would elbow, you would backhand, and you would palm, and you would hit, and you would hit. That is no windmills. You can see, I hope, that there would be absolutely no power, there's no flow in there. When you do the windmills, it looks like this. Here's the windmill right here. Look, and here's another one. Bam. And here's another one, and here's another one, and here's another one, right? So when you do the windmills, I hope that makes some sense to you people, that you get an extreme amount of power. If you do a backhand that looks like this, that is not going to do much good. If you come in here and torque that, bam, and that unleashes power, right? I have big windmills. They go, well, they're so slow. Well, again, what they don't realize, I'm not going to hurt you. What people don't realize is that Num Pai cuts in at angles, which means that if he throws his punch, my windmill only has to travel half as far, right? It's not going to travel a long way. It's going to travel only half as far. So, and it's going to be real powerful. So that's why we use windmills. My problem is I don't understand why you guys don't use them. Right? Thank you.
Well, because then when you lose, I just flinch every time.
I know. There's people out there
I know.
who want to change this martial art. I've already discussed that. they want to, and this is almost another quote, they want to take out the ASUs and put in joint manipulations. Well, again, we're talking about that same mindset. I don't have any problem with joint manipulation. One of the problems is they don't have ASU, so they ain't going to take it out of there anyway. But to substitute this punching power with leverage doesn't make much sense to me if you're discussing combat. Now, if you're discussing a tournament, yeah, that's fine. You know, but this art here, what we're doing here is fighting. We believe that if you lose a fight, you lose your life. So our mindset is very simple. You can never give a man a chance to hit you. Once he's down, you can't let him stand up, right? So I think that's all I wanted to address as far as that goes.